In 2007, Apple introduced the iPhone as 3 products in one: a mobile phone, a widescreen iPod, and an internet communicator. But the bigger story is stranger than a product launch. The iPhone became the object that ate other objects. Before it, a pocket could be a small archive of separate tools: a phone with a keypad, an iPod or MP3 player, a compact camera, a folded paper map, a notebook, a portable GPS unit, tickets, a calculator, a flashlight. Maybe a BlackBerry or Palm device if email had already followed you out of the office. Each object had one job. Each had its own buttons, batteries, cases, chargers, and habits. The iPhone arrived with a different idea. What if the front of the object was not fixed? Instead of a physical keyboard taking up half the device, the front was mostly glass. Multitouch made that glass feel like a button when you needed a button, a keyboard when you needed to type, a map when you were lost, and a photo album when you wanted to remember where you had been. That was the quiet design shift. The object stopped being one tool and became a surface for many tools. At first, it still looked limited by today's standards. The first iPhone had no app store, no 3G, no front camera, no copy and paste, and a camera that feels tiny now. But it made the idea feel obvious. The phone could become the center of daily life because software could keep changing what the same piece of hardware was for. In 2008, the App Store pushed that idea into the open. Suddenly, the phone was not only what Apple shipped, it was a platform for thousands of tiny replacements: weather widgets, games, note apps, maps, translators, tuners, scanners, banking tools, ride-hailing, recipes, tickets, and endless small conveniences. The phone was no longer just a thing you owned. It became a place where other things lived. The camera may be the clearest example. Compact digital cameras did not disappear overnight, but the best camera became the one already in your pocket. A casual photo stopped being a separate decision. You did not need to bring a camera, you just needed to notice. Maps changed too. A paper map asked you to plan. A standalone GPS told you where to turn. A smartphone map became a living layer over the city. Search, traffic, reviews, transit, walking directions, and a blue dot that quietly changed how people understood being lost. Music changed from a library you carried to a stream you summoned. Notes moved from scraps of paper to searchable lists. Tickets moved from printouts to screens. Flashlights moved from drawers to control center. Payments, boarding passes, calendars, reminders, newspapers, and remote controls all started competing for space behind the same pane of glass. The shape of the iPhone changed as those jobs grew. Screens got larger. Cameras multiplied. The home button, once the comforting way back, eventually disappeared. Bezels shrank. The front became more and more screen because the screen was the product. And that is why the iPhone is not just part of phone history. It is part of the history of everyday objects. It changed what people expected from ordinary things. A map should update. A camera should share instantly. A wallet should open with a tap. A note should sync. A ticket should live in a message. Even a flashlight should be only one swipe away. Of course, the bargain was not free. When one object replaces many, losing it feels bigger. Breaking it feels more expensive. Notifications reach into moments that used to belong to other tools or to no tool at all. Privacy gets tangled with convenience. Repair becomes harder. Attention becomes a resource that apps fight over. The iPhone made everyday life smoother, faster, and more connected. It also made the pocket more crowded, even when there was only one object inside it. So the next time you unlock your phone to check the weather, scan a ticket, pay for coffee, find your way home, take a picture, play music, read the news and message someone, notice what is missing. The old objects are not all gone, but many of them now live inside one black rectangle. The iPhone did not just fit in the pocket. It changed what the pocket was for.